to the Salette USA TVI Network Community Affairs News Update. My name is Marcus Salette. Stand by. For you to follow us on Facebook, type in facebook.com/Salette USA or facebook.com/Salette USA TV. Also follow us on Twitter at Salette USA TV. The Salette USA TVI Broadcasting Network, providing wholesome and positive digital content. Pertinent information in this election year, of which we need information to breed inspiration and therefore have a confirmation about that which we're supposed to be doing as citizens in our communities. And I am pleased to talk about the Voter Empowerment Collaborative by Reverend Albert E. Love and the board therein. I believe at his ministry and at his 501c3 organization, we had the chance to meet as we journeyed on to the Selma, what I call the Selma pilgrimage. It wasn't a trip. It was a ride down the historical lane of life. We don't often take that ride, but someone has been committed for a number of years, and that someone is Reverend Albert Love, to ensure that we understand how we arrived at this destination as African Americans, minorities, women, and children. We have matriculated or maturated will toward this place, but this place where we stand now in this democracy has in Atlanta faced several threats of which we were up to this point not aware of. Threats regarding where we march, threats regarding the school systems, threat regarding our children's right to vote as they become of age, threats to the various voting regions with rezoning and so forth and so on, threats all around us to diminish the rights that so many of us do not use. We must commend not only Dr. King, not only Ralph Abernathy, but those who have picked up the torch long before and after to ensure that we not only arrive at a place of freedom, but we stay at that place maintaining a free democracy, that our children and our children's children's children will have the legacy of freedom. And I must admit to you, as a broadcaster and now as a newscaster, we are not there. Though we have come a very, very long way, we have a long way to go. And that's where you come in. Today we're going to see just a small clip of Reverend Albert Love as he pleads with you to get involved regarding your civic duty. That's right. In order to become an agent of change, we all must do our duty, whether it be family, whether it be our educational pursuits that we may stay competitive on a global market, or whether we are civically involved in the various or varied processes that we like it or not, are engaged in as either a human being, having taken up a residence on a certain lot that's recorded in a certain city's journal book, or whether or not we are a parent that have children that attend public schools, or whether or not we're just driving a car that is registered in the state that makes billions of dollars off of your tag. It is our duty and our responsibility to become involved civically, and we must learn how to do this. Let's go now to some footage with Reverend Albert E. Love of the Voter Empowerment Collaborative. And I must say this is brief, but you're going to be hearing more of him on the SIBN networks going forward.
Hello, I'm Reverend Albert E. Love. I'm the coordinator of the Voter Empowerment Collaborative. And we are here to call on all of the public to come to the West End Mall, 850 Oak Street, Atlanta, Georgia, 30310 to register people to vote. We are there from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. every Saturday. Come, there are over 600,000 eligible black Georgians who are unregistered. And we think that that is appalling, and we are going to make a difference. Come and let's register our people to vote. We have less than a 20% voter turnout. We want to change that. We want a 100% voter turnout. And come and let's get involved. Thank you so much.
As you can see, he is exceptionally passionate, but practical. It is practical that in the city of Atlanta, surrounding suburbs, the state of Georgia, that if you are enjoying the benefits of your state, it is only becoming of you as a citizen to get involved, because whether or not you accept it, you are involved. What do I mean? If we're not voting, then of a surety, based on the cars that you drive, or based on the children you have in school, or based on the rent that you pay, or the mortgage that you pay, based on the fact that your name and your Social Security is registered somewhere in the system of the state, you have an obligation to do one or two things. You can either be involved, or you can be pulled into an involvement of which you have no say-so. The only reason why you wouldn't have any say-so in the involvement that you're pulled into is because when you had the opportunity, we were busy enjoying the pleasures of life and fulfilling what we thought were the priorities of life, but we were not fulfilling our civic duty. And of course, this is an educational lesson for us all. Many have been on the front lines of civic duty and responsibility for decades. Many have articulated and, of course, matriculated, or as I said earlier, matured toward having various events that would allow others to share in the knowledge of what happened 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 plus years ago, that allow us to share in this democracy with the freedoms that we now have as African Americans, women, and children. We are bound by the blood that was shed of our ancestors. We are bound by the commitments that were made even by whites, not by force, but by choice. We are bound to ensure that this democracy has a relative freedom, a freedom that means something, a freedom that is a legacy not only to us, but to those that come after us. I want you to be encouraged as you follow us on Twitter. We're going to bring you more footage of Reverend Albert Love, all of his constituents, of which we have been interviewing some here and there. And also we're working on our first documentary regarding the Selma pilgrimage. I am excited. This is an exciting time for my generation. A generation that is caught between two thickets, the thickets of the information age and the thicket of the technological age. We, my generation, have the ability, if we choose, to mesh these two thickets together and cause, perhaps, if you will, a rose to blossom from that which we have been exposed to. This is your chance now to be informed and involved. This has been your Salette USA TV Community Affairs Update on Salette USA TV. Join us next time right here on SIBN.